This is Alpha Control. 0 minus 7 minutes and holding. Delay caused by difficulty with liquid oxygen loading valve. 0 minus 7 minutes and holding. TV satellite control, take over.
Ladies and gentlemen, today the first of what may be as many as 10 million families per year is setting out on its epic voyage into man's newest frontier for colonization, deep space. Reaching out into other worlds from our desperately overcrowded planet, a series of deep-thrust telescopic probes into neighboring galaxies have conclusively established Alpha Centauri as the one planet within the range of our technology able to furnish ideal conditions for human existence. The space family, selected from more than 2 million volunteers for its unique balance of scientific achievement, emotional stability, and pioneer resourcefulness, will spend the 98 years of their voyage frozen into the state of suspended animation.
Perfetto controllo biennale e per la loro capacità di iniziativa. Il viaggio durerà 98 anni terrestri.
This is Alpha Control. We are at 6 minutes, 40 seconds and holding. We have encountered an electrical power failure in our computer at the commuter tracking station. 6 minutes, 40 seconds and holding. This is Alpha Control, resuming countdown. We are at 6 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. Power has been restored at our Bermuda tracking station. 6 minutes, 30 seconds and counting.
The spaceship's electronic brain will take over for the balance of the century-long hibernation, during which it will be traveling at the almost unimaginable speed of light. Here now is the Gemini 12, the culmination of nearly 40 years of intensive research and the most sophisticated piece of hardware yet devised by the mind of man. Bold in concept, brilliant in execution, this most delicate yet most colossal of instruments makes possible man's thrust into deep space and will, in approximately 5 minutes, set out on its quest for a new world. Heading the expedition will be Dr. John Robinson, professor of astrophysics at the University of Stellar Dynamics, now seen on your screen. With him, marking the first time in history that anyone but an adult male has passed the International Space Administration's grueling physical and emotional screening for intergalactic flight, will be his wife, Dr. Maureen Robinson, distinguished biochemist of the New Mexico College of Space Medicine. Their daughter, Judith, age 19, was rather heroically postponed all hopes for a career in the musical comedy field for the next 2 centuries at least. Their son, Will, who recently was graduated from the Camdo Canyon School of Science at the age of 9, the highest average in the school's history. And their daughter, Penny, age 11, IQ 147, hobby zoology. Their assistant, Dr. Donald West, graduate student of the Center for Radio Astronomy, is the same young man who, last year, rocked the scientific world with his theory regarding other planets' fitness for human habitation. Electromagnetic miracles now come into play. This cosmic glow, induced through the genius of advanced technology, will put the Robinson family in a state of limbo, enabling them to make a lifetime flight while aging but a second in the time of man. From this moment on, the family Robinson and their assistant are in a state of suspended animation, which is to last for the next 98 years. And now, one moment, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Fellow Americans, friends all over the world, upon the success of this mission will depend whether the explosive increase of population on this planet will ultimately lead to a disaster from which none will be exempt, or to a new dawn of plenty for all of humanity. None can predict the outcome of this audacious venture to the very stars. To those who have staked their lives upon this bold expansion of man's horizons, I humbly say, go in peace. The prayers of mankind are with you.
This is Alpha Control. Countdown minus 19 seconds and counting. All systems are green and go. Countdown minus 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off!
All systems here at Alpha Control are green and go. trajectory now profiles properly. The spaceship is climbing correctly to plan. It is now passing the point of maximum dynamic pressure. If it holds its present attitude, it will reach perfect orbit. The fantastic acceleration needed to break out of the Earth's gravity has apparently not affected the well-being of our space travelers. Here at Alpha Control, remote readings appear normal with no indication of change. Medical telemeters show all members of the Robinson family are safe and well, still in their total blackout of suspended animation during this fantastic acceleration, whose pressures would be unbearable otherwise. Rain of meteors traveling at speeds of up to 25,000 miles an hour have converged in a giant elliptical form 1,000 miles in diameter immediately ahead of the spaceship. Traveling at 18,400 miles per hour cannot be shifted fast enough in its preset flight pattern to make total escape possible. Gemini 12's fantastic ability to regenerate its own damage controls is now the last hope for the safety of the Robinson family and the success of the flight. Heat telemeters here at Alpha Control show an outbreak of fire back of all the controls in the spaceship. Unless fire extinguishing apparatus functions properly and control regeneration occurs immediately, all hope for the Gemini is now gone. Control's final analysis on Gemini 12's flight indicates unhappily that the spaceship has either been destroyed or must be presumed lost in space.
December 3rd, in the year 2001. None of us knows for sure how long we traveled in suspended animation. Our atomic clock indicates 3.5 years, but we're not positive. We do know for a fact that it is now exactly 6 months since our landing on this unknown planet. Thank heaven we survived that terrible crash, which completely disabled the spaceship. We are hopeful of its eventual repair and our ability to use it again. Meanwhile, all goes reasonably well. We've established a base camp, domesticated some of the local animals, and cultivated a small farm.
Debbie? Hey, come on back! Come back here when I say come back here! Children, wait till Daddy gets home. Come back here! Hey, come on, come back! Please, come back! Mom, when are they coming home? Well, let's see, they were due back a half an hour ago. You don't think anything happened? Oh, no, of course not.
I hope the instruments are okay. This wind might have smashed everything.
The wind is stronger.
It's getting colder.
Look at this thing. But the day after tomorrow, the temperature will drop 150 below zero.
What'll we do?
We're gonna have to head south, but fast.
Abandon the spaceship? What if it's finally spotted by some passing rocket?
They'll televise the picture back to Earth.
Oh, yeah, that's great. A picture showing no signs of life, no survivors.
Well, Don, I'd rather not be found at all if I have to be picked up by a pair of ice tongs. Come on, let's get out of here.
You don't suppose we could just button up the hatches and stick it out inside the spaceship, do you?
We'd freeze to death.
Take my word for it. Even if we could insulate well enough, the solar batteries would never stand the drain. It's moving day, Dr. West.
Wait a minute. There's one gauge I think we ought to check, just to see how much time we do have.
Look.
Couldn't be.
It is.
A footprint. Not of a man.
or something that walks on 2 feet. Only 5 times as big as anything we ever thought of as human.
Giants? Come on, Doc.
Let's go. I don't want to leave the family alone a second longer than necessary.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. Well, let's get out of here.
How's it coming? Pretty good. Don't pick too many, dear. I won't, Mother. Hey, Mom, I got it working. What? Radio telescope. Did you locate Dad? I'm not so sure. Well, can't you talk to him? I've got a picture, no sound. What do you see? See something? Holy cow, it is! A giant! Let me look again. Did either of them take a gun with them? What's wrong? What do you think? I don't know yet. Well, then why are you talking about guns? Mom, we've got to do something. They'll be killed if we don't. Oh, now, Julie, please, just calm down. There's nothing we can do except wait. Oh, yes, there is. Will. Will, you come back here. You hear me? Will! Will! Will!
There's no other way out. I better take another look. not as much, did I? At least we know he can feel pain.
Yeah. He knows we're hiding in here.
You sure did.
Well? What are you doing here?
I saw you in trouble over the scope, so I...
So you thought you'd come and save us. And you did save us. Now, I want you to promise me something. On your word of honor.
Yes, sir?
When I tell you to stay and protect the family, don't you ever leave your post again, understand? If we're going to survive in this place, we must follow orders. And that goes for all of us. There may be other giants around. Here. Put this on. There you go. Not as big as you thought you were, huh? All right. Let's move. Come on. Come on, kids. Keep moving. I want us out of here in the next 5 minutes. All right, let's go. I want us to get out of here as quickly as we can.
All right. Children, come on now, let's go. Will? Where's Penny? Where's your sister? She was riding on the turtle, she and the bloop. Then all of a sudden she was gone. Well, where did she go? I don't know. I turned around and she wasn't there anymore. Oh.
Don't worry, I'll find her.
Penny? Penny!
Listen, Don. When that blizzard hits, which may be sooner than we expect, the temperature's gonna drop about 60 degrees in less than half an hour. Now, the moment it hits 10 below, I want you to take off by way of the inland sea.
Wouldn't we be better off going by land?
We'd have to go through the Giant's Valley. And that's too risky, especially after that close call we had this morning.
Doc, I'm not going to take off without you.
Whether I come back or not.
Don't worry.
I'm cold. If I catch pneumonia from this, they're never ever gonna let me play with either of you again. I knew turtles were stubborn, but I thought you'd have more sense than to run away. Now we're all lost. Hey, come back here. We better stick together or none of us will get home. Come on, Debbie. Come on. Good girl. Oh, Daddy! 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 Oh, Daddy, I was so frightened.
It's all right. There's nothing to be frightened of. It's all right.
Oh, I'm cold.
I'll bet you were. 9 below. One more degree and they'll leave without us. Come on, piggyback.
Come on, Debbie. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on now.
Okay.
Won't be long.
Will? Honey! I had to get my test. Okay, dear. Here you go. We can't live without Daddy and Penny. We just can't.
We have to. We'll all die if we don't.
Don, please, just a few more minutes.
You think I like to live without them? When Dr. Robinson said 10 below zero, he didn't just pick a number out of a hat. That's the deadline with the emphasis on dead if we don't stick to it.
No, I'm not leaving without them. Don't start the motor. Don, I'm warning you.
Oh, Judy, please, stop it.
We're not going without them.
Don, take the gun hatch, just in case.
wonder how cold it is back at the spaceship now.
Too cold.
Oh, no.
What's the matter?
Those big boulders didn't do the power unit any good.
How long to fix?
Couple hours, anyway.
I don't know how safe it is, but we better camp here.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me out discouragedly. And I have loved you so long, delighting in thy company. Green sleeves is my delight. How are you ever going to dress like a lady if you don't hold still?
Oh, I'm glad Dad decided to camp here.
Yeah. All the comforts of home.
Home was never like this.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me out discouraged. And I have loved you so long, Wow! Dad, bet you don't know what I saw.
What?
Judy and Don. He was kissing her on the hand like this. Bet he picked up a million germs.
Oh, Penny, dear, young people sometimes have ways of doing things which, to wiser heads such as you and I, may seem a little strange.
In other words, I should mind my own business.
That's right.
I thought so.
I do find it hard to think of Judy as anything but a child.
Well, considering the population implosion up here, we can't very well ask you to play the field now, can we?
That's right.
Now I know the one scientific specialty we didn't bring from Earth.
What's that?
A marriage counselor.
For them.
Who else?
Hardy, yeah.
Power on 1W now.
Try W2.
W2.
We must find a cave for protection. We'll be killed if we don't. Seatbelts on, huh?
Yes, they're all set.
I'll put you in clear, Doc.
All right. Hold us steady then.
What kind of a place is this?
Well, It looks like a big cave.
Let's take a look.
It's a city. There are no cities out here for crying out loud. Then what is it? Some sort of geological accident. How do I know? Ask Don. My field's electronics. Well, pardon me.
It looks almost like some sort of a kind of a castle. You don't suppose there's somebody still living here?
We'll soon find out. Don, save the flares. We'll need them later.
I'll get the flashlights.
Debbie. Come on, Debbie. We'll see if it's safe enough to spend the night.
Stay with us now.
Now watch this.
Lights?
Yeah, here.
Will.
Here.
Thank you. Everybody all right back there? this.
Well, Penny? I guess they wandered into another room.
Listen. December 5th, in the year 2001. The attack of the fearful lightning bolts, followed by the equally terrible earthquake, frightened all of us. We're still puzzled by the strange signs of civilization we found in the cave. Either this unknown planet once sheltered human life, or mysterious beings still lurk in shadows, watching us this very minute. Perhaps one day we will return to the cave and learn more. Right now, we feel lucky to be alive, and are bending every effort to reach the inland sea, our last barrier to the great tropics that promises warmth and Peace.
It's working!
Well, let's see it.
Darn, look, it's working!
Yeah, I told you you could do it. Well, you better get back there and fasten your seatbelt.
Well, there it is. The inland sea.
Hang on, it's a long way across.
Come on now, kid. Sit down.
Penny, could you get me one of those protein pills, please?
Oh, Mom gave us the last one just before we started out.
I'm sorry, dear.
We have some coffee, Bill. Shall I hit one for you?
No, I'm not about to fall asleep.
Will, if we're not on Mars, you tell us where we are. I don't know for sure yet. We might even be on Cerberus.
Harry, check the scope for the nearest landfall. All right, everybody. Hang on. Here we go.
December 8th, in the year 2001. Our great adventure in the wild sea is now happily behind us. At last we've reached the tropics. The weather is warm, the vegetation lush, and the stillness of the air promises peaceful days. Yet so much has happened in our short stay on this strange planet that we take nothing for granted. We've experienced dangers unknown by earthbound men. We breathe easily now, but only for the moment. Our every instinct tells us there are wild, wonderful adventures just ahead.